city without big lights. With this new district, they would now allow dynamic LED signs downtown, similar to those in New York City's Times Square.
I think it would be perfect down here. I'm from New York, so I'm so used to seeing the billboards and the lights, and yeah, and it's so active down here, so I think it will work out really well.
But bright lights can cause environmental problems.
Lighting is deadly to birds, but what happens is birds get trapped in the light pollution from urban areas, and they become disoriented, and they end up down closer to the buildings. They get confused, and then they die of exhaustion or from colliding into buildings. Consequences go beyond just the additional energy consumption that would be put into this. That's obviously a concern from any environmental stakeholder like ourselves, but even more so from the bird's perspective.
Now, with this new sign district, they are hoping to encourage more foot traffic and make downtown Atlanta more of a destination. Now, these signs will be for advertisement, and the revenue will go towards arts and entertainment. Now, like I said at the beginning, the Atlanta City Council has not gone through this proposal, and we will stay on top of this to let you know if this proposal does pass or not. For now, we're live in downtown Atlanta. Ayanna Crystal, CBS 46 News.
Well, no wet weather where Ayanna is at for the time being, but that could very easily change. Notice how it's blossoming north and northwest of Metro Atlanta. A couple of thunderstorms farther off to the southeast as well. But while we're in a thunderstorm pattern for the time being, all in advance of our cool front, you can see how it's marked by the drier air around Memphis toward mid-Tennessee and points northbound to the soupy, humid air farther off to the south. There's a lot of tropical funny business going down in the Gulf of Mexico right now. And typically when you see tropical moisture moving in, you could have a run-of-the-mill thunderstorm, but it's mostly rain, steady, soaking, wet rain. And that's part of what I'm going to be tracking throughout the course of the work week, where it's going to be overly wet for us. A couple inches worth of rainfall for the vast majority of us over the course of the next couple of days. For some of us, heavy enough rain to create isolated flash flooding. And whether or not we're going to be seeing any development down in the tropics, we'll be back with more information on that in just a little bit from now, guys.
All right, Jim, thanks so much. Keep track of the weather in between newscasts with our CBS 46 weather app. Text CBS 46 weather to 23765 to download.
Right now, deputies are looking for a woman believed to be involved in a meth ring. The Habersham County Sheriff's Office says 40-year-old Tanya Loudermilk is still on the run. She is wanted for trafficking meth in Habersham and Gwinnett counties. Last week, police arrested 3 other people they believe are involved in that drug ring. Jennifer Boone and Ronald Jones are both facing drug charges. Police say they arrested 40-year-old Derek Cagley at Loudermilk's home. They say he tried to flush 2 kilos of meth down the toilet. A Cherokee County grand jury indicting a former Young and the Restless actor. Corey Sly is facing 2 counts of child molestation. Investigators say Sly knew the victim and the child was younger than 10 years old. That alleged incident happened in March of 2016. The child's parents reported the incident to officials. Sly reportedly told TMZ that he was innocent of the charges and that, quote, the truth will prevail.
CBS 46 is learning new details at this hour about a terror attack in Paris just hours after a deadly attack in London. Paris police say a man deliberately rammed his vehicle carrying explosives into a police vehicle on the city's famous Champs-Élysées Boulevard. The attacker died in that crash. Nobody else was hurt. Europe is on alert now after a series of attacks. Investigators also revealing new information about the one in London over the weekend. CBS News correspondent Brooke Silva-Braga has details.
Police in London say the driver plowed a van into a crowd of worshippers just after midnight as Ramadan prayers ended.
He was shouting, "We're all Muslims, I want to kill all Muslims."
It happened as a group gathered to give first aid to an elderly man outside the Finsbury Park Mosque. He later died, but it's not clear if he was killed in the crash. Cell phone video shows police arresting a man they identify as 47-year-old Darren Osborne. Witnesses say several people, including the mosque's imam, subdued the driver and protected him from the crowd until the authorities arrived.
Some tried to hit him, either kicks or punches. We stopped all forms of attack and abuse towards him.
Police say they're investigating the incident as terrorism.
This was quite clearly an attack on Muslims.
British officials say hate crimes against Muslims have risen sharply following the recent terror attacks in London and Manchester carried out by Islamic extremists.
We have to break the cycle of violence. We want to live in harmony in a peaceful community.
British Prime Minister Theresa May spoke with interfaith leaders at the mosque after the incident.
Hatred and evil of this kind will never succeed.
May said security will be beefed up in Muslim communities through the rest of the holy month of Ramadan. Brooke Silva Braga for CBS News, London.
CBS 46 going in depth now. Look at the recent terror attacks inside the UK. On March 22nd, an attacker killed 6 people after driving a car into a crowd of people on Westminster Bridge. The attacker also stabbed a police officer near the Parliament building. May 22nd, a suicide bomber killed 23 people, this time outside an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester. Many of the victims were her young fans who were leaving that concert. And on June 3rd, attackers killed 8 people. 3 men drove a van into a crowded on London Bridge. Then they stabbed several people. Stay with us here at CBS 46 for the latest on the terror attacks. We'll have any new information for you right here and online at CBS46.com. Before a new school can be built, people at one metro apartment complex have to move.
And a lot of them are not very happy about it, as you can imagine. Today, they told CBS 46 News how upset they are.
Beyonce Stylish uses her story to help young girls design their own successes. It's another one you'll see only on CBS 46.
And here's a live look outside in Midtown Atlanta, where the clouds are building. It's kind of a warm day outside. You are watching CBS 46 News at 4.